Exactly. I'm going to do the same thing. All right, we're recording.
Okay.
All right, well, so first of all, I just want to say to everybody in this video, welcome today. This is a tutorial and aid session on better using the technology to your advantage in hopes of helping you complete your your assignments, sorry. And not just math assignments, all assignments, physics, English, science, and Spanish schoolwork. So without further ado, we're going to start with Mr. Tyler, who's going to give a demonstration on using Eds Begin.
Okay. All right. So hello, who's there? I want to start off with, I'm gonna make this interactive as I can later on. And you can, share screens. But some of the features you're gonna need to know, one in EDSB is how to make sure you're looking at the right screen. Now, this is a big problem for a lot of students because, let me share my screen real quick so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm not just a talking head. And I'm gonna talk about a few things. So just give me a moment and see if it works this way. All right, does everybody see what I'm doing? This is one of the key things you're gonna need to learn how to do is how to share screens, and a lot of students can't do it. Right now, you see how my screen is zooming in on this side? I mean, I did this on purpose so you can know why, and not why, but know when to use windows and when to use entire screen views. So if I change screens so it doesn't look like that, I can't see you anymore because I'm on one laptop. So what I'm trying to show you guys is, and I'm gonna come back to the ESI part, is you need to learn how to actually re-minimize your screen on one laptop, like I'm doing. I don't know if you can see me doing it, but I'm changing the size of my screen so I can have on one screen, whatever the case may be that my instructor is giving me to work on another screen, EDSB, so I can immediately review what's going on as far as what he said or go to the library. Now let's get into to EDSB for a second. You log in, and this is the teacher view. Unfortunately, we have a lot of time for me to switch to the student view, but a lot of you guys will see this when you first enter a class. This happens when, for instance, if I go to Mario, you'll see all your classes like this, right? But the thing I want you to focus on before you go into the classroom is my work. If you click on my work, you'll be able to see a graph. Now, this graph is pretty flat because Mario hasn't done work, but if you go on assessments, your student view will allow you to see what to what to submit for your instructor. You'll also see what grades this instructor gave you. Now, it's up to the teacher on whether or not you can make that that score up. It might just be final or whatever the case may be, but you know where you stand. So that's one key thing, which view. You have assessments, and if I go back, you come here and you click on the class. If you just click on the class and you don't click on my work, you won't get that view. You'll get the classroom view. Now, I saw this, but when as a student, when you click on this, you'll basically see what I saw in any other classroom. You'll see the classroom view. And you know which one you have selected because it says class here. Another quick thing I want to discuss is instructors like myself, Miss Lane, Oberdyke. I'm not sure how many other teachers are doing it, but there's a library section. Anytime they post an assignment, if they go into the assignment, for instance, let's see here, let's try this assignment, right? That's a recap. These are the videos I posted, by the way, for students that are trying to catch up. But let me find an assignment like substitution method. The instructor has the ability to put like a PDF, a video, a YouTube link. A lot of students are going into the assignments and wondering, how do I do this? Well, this is all distance learning. So what we're trying to do is be proactive and give you all the resources you need. But inside of, I just heard a noise. So somebody chatted. Oh, he's talking to Ortiz. Okay. So basically, the instructor has the option to put the assignment here, and you'll just see it in the classroom view, or they can put it inside of a PDF or YouTube link like I create, or MP4 for you to review. Please pay attention to this section because a lot of times when students call in, they're like, well, where is the material to help me do it? You can't expect me to do it on my own. No, we don't expect you doing your own, but you do have to be a bit resourceful and look for the keys and the links that we give you to do the work. The last thing I want to discuss is the library section. Now, in the library section, as I said before, the instructor has the ability to post like PDFs, videos, but these videos automatically come into this section. So if you miss something from the class view, let me go back to the class view so you can see how difficult it is, because I had to do this with students. You got to scroll and scroll as if you're on Facebook or some social media platform to find that particular assignment. And you can see how difficult this is. You have to really slow down and read. So if you don't want to do that and you're in a clutch, you're trying to get all this work done and you just got in, you want to go to, like I said, where is it at? It's class. Oh, my work. So I can't see it because I'm in the teacher view. But if I go to, like I said, Mario, you go to, and you use Mario as an example, there's nothing wrong, but you see what happens when I click on the class. You want to click on my work. Once you do that, you come to this section and you can figure, it gives you a better summary as to what is required of you in all these classes. And each class has that view. Okay, so I think I covered everything I want to. I talked about the library. I talked about how you do need to resize your screen so you can do your work. As you can see, this screen is by itself. The reason this screen goes all the way in is because it has a mirror reflection of what Google sees. Now, I'm coming to the chat to see. Oh, it's just you two guys talking. I think that's 12 minutes in. I'm going to write down some other notes I might have, Overdyke, but I wanted to give you time to chime in and discuss what you want to discuss. But those are the key things. Resizing of your windows so you can do more work, because a lot of you are on one monitor, and I have two at my house. But for you guys, and you're trying to keep up on one screen, I suggest you would have whatever the material is. You know, another screen, you can even have your calculators on one screen. On the other screen, he says, I got three now. Just three monitors, huh, Xavier? But you want as many views as you can without losing yourself. And the easiest way is, like I said, you come to the corner of a browser. Let me show you a quick trick. So you see this browser is full. In Windows applications and even Chromebooks, if you see this free space like this is why I tell people to kill your tabs. You can double click here and it'll resize to what you set it for. So if I do it again, I click on this, it's the same feature. So you can do that, but I had to size it before the class began. And you want to click on entire window when you're presenting. So it says stop presenting, but it gives you an option, three options: Windows, entire window. You want entire window. All right, Overdeck, I think I said enough.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is you will give me an opportunity to present now. I'm also going to go into Edsby, and what I'm going to do first is I'm going to demonstrate the use of DocHub. But the first thing you want to do is, obviously, you want to go into your Edsby platform. Okay, now I'm in my classroom. So what happens when I want to find an assignment? Let's say I want to find an assignment on the fly. I'm going to go to the library. And it looks like I have Meet here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go into, let me go back to the class and let me click on the student view. We'll just use Xavier for an example. So I'm in geometry and we'll go to my work. Let me go to assessments here. And then here's all the assignments that he does have right here. So there's no grades here. So it looks like what I'm going to have to do here is actually go into the actual classroom again, and I'm going to have to actually find that assignment. So, and the easiest way I could do that, I mean, I could go to the gradebook. I could even go to the planner too, if I wanted to as well. Let's say I want to go with adding and subtracting mixed numbers. Okay, so it's pulled it up right here. So I can go into assignments that I have right here. So let's say I don't want to write anything out by hand. I don't want to, you know, have turn in sloppy work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this PDF file right here that I've uploaded to Edsby. And as you can see, it's perfectly clear. I've got an answer bank right here. I've got all my math problems right here. So what I'm going to do, the first thing I want to do is click download. And what's that going to do is it's going to download this PDF file right here into the downloads bar section. So now what you want to do is I'm going to minimize my screen right here. And the reason being, I'm going to have to go into double screens here. I'm doing it the old-fashioned way. What I can do is I could either, one, put it onto the desktop, which will be easier for you, or I can put it on a device such as a flash drive. And I'm going to put it on a flash drive device. So what I will do is it's going to upload So you got another screen right here. And then what I want to do is I want to, if I'm going to drag my file, my PDF file right onto my flash drive. From that point on, you also want to have Google Drive open. Okay, I can now minimize this screen. And yes, this is my Google Drive, but what I want to do is I want to click New, and I want to open a new Google Doc. Now, don't worry about typing anything in this Google Doc. This is just for simply uploading your PDF file, which I'm about to show you. You're going to click File. You're going to click Open. Now, if your screen is minimized, you can drag a PDF file. Or first off, I'm sorry, you want to click Upload. Now, if your desktop is open, you can drag a PDF file right here, or you can simply click Select File from your device, which I'm going to do. Either way works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my math folder, and I'm going to scroll down to the file that I want to upload here. All right, so here it is. So I'm in my flash drive. I don't know what happened to that PDF file that I had. So let me see. So what I'll do is instead of uploading it from there, I can actually simply take it and drag it right here. Now it's going to upload. Now that you have your PDF file uploaded, I will then click Open With, and then I will click DocHub PDF Sign and Edit. Now, what DocHub is, and give it a minute to load. Now, what DocHub is, it's a PDF editor where you can actually type up your answers in your answer box, and then it will actually save your work into either Google Drive or your desktop, or you can put it into the flash drive, whatever you want to put it. But first things first, I want to demonstrate the toolbar up here. So page controls, meaning these are the pages you can view right here. Then you can also manage your fields. You've got all these fields right here: text field, paragraph field. I mean, with at the PDF editor, checkbox, drop down, which requires the pro version. Just use the free version. You have a signature field right here, initials. So yeah, you can put your name on it. You can put the date on there. You can even print it out. Your undo and redo commands, select tool. Let's focus on actually editing this PDF file. So we're going to click Add Text. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a text box. Let's say I just want to create a text box for number 1. Now, unfortunately, Google Docs has an equation function, which you can actually type these problems in as a math problem, or you can type in equations. DocHub doesn't have that. So what I'm going to do is this. I am actually going to solve number 1 for you guys. We have mixed numbers of 5 and 2 over 4 minus 3 and 3 over 4. So basically, what I want to do is solve for my whole numbers first, and I can actually type that. I could actually type it in. So 5 minus 3 will be 2. Now, obviously, I cannot subtract 2 minus 3, so I'm going to have to borrow from my whole number. Well, that will turn into a 1. And then I can add my 4 over 4 to my 2 over 4, which will give me a 6 over 4. So in any case, the answer for this problem is going to be 1 and 3 over 4. So I'm basically going to put my whole number, leave it alone, and put my fraction in parentheses just like that. Now, in any case, you could do the same thing for all the answer boxes. Just to save time, I'm not going to do that. Now, once you've completed your PDF file and you've edited it, now you can even, create a shape, circle your answer, do whatever. See, there's a circle right there. And if you don't want to put it there, this trash box will allow you to delete it. And this box will allow you to move and drag your text or your shape wherever you want it to go. So for now, I'm just going to delete it. You can even highlight your answers. You can even comment. Now, whiteout tool means you can, erase everything if you wanted, but we're not going to do that. And then this is the signing. You can create a signature if you wanted, or you can upload a photo. But in any case, nope. Once you have completed your PDF file, what you want to do is click this button right here, this function, download and export. Now you can either do it one of the following two ways. You can either download it to your computer if you're using Windows, or you can download it to your Google Drive. If you decide to download it and you're on Windows, it's going to go to the downloads bar right here, and then you can transfer it to your flash drive or your desktop, wherever you want to put it. You could also upload it to Google Drive, and you want to make sure you have update existing with revision right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate it to the computer, and notice right here that it actually downloaded it to the computer. So what I'll have to do is I will have to minimize that and then drag the file to the screen, and then I can rename it if I wanted to, just by right-clicking and clicking rename, and I can go and then just type what I want, adding and subtracting mixed numbers updated. And here, let's do this right here. So, with that in mind, I'm just going to demonstrate on how this looks. So now, as you see, my PDF file is edited, and I have my answer for number 1 right up here. All right. So now once you do this with all your problems, so basically 1 through 12, you can then attach it on Eds Begin and submit the file to me, or whatever assignment you're working on. Submit the file to your teachers with all the answers filled in and updates complete. So DocHub is a great tool to use when you are completing any assignment, whether it's math, science, or reading, or physics with Mr. Tyler. So now what I'd like to do is just open the floor to give everybody a chance to chime in on what they think about DocHub. So Mr. Tyler, do you have any feedback that you want to inquire?
I mean, DocHub is real good because students, and you brought to mind about uploads that I want to discuss real quickly. Because students are sending in text messages, small messages, and that doesn't count towards your grade at all, because the teacher won't see that. That's not the way Xavier is set up. But DocHub is a great tool to use, because moving forward, when I give you a worksheet, if you are clever enough using DocHub, you can actually put your steps to what you're doing in the problem in the same worksheet. And create a new worksheet with your answers on that worksheet that I gave you. And you can submit that for credit. A lot of the pictures that students have been sending of their handwritten work, that was during the time, I wanted to say that was during the time when no one had laptops, and then we was being lenient. We got to stop doing that. It's hard to, the resolution that you take from most phones, it's hard to see exactly what you did if you did a proof or a solution. So I'm gonna need you to, utilize what Mr. Overdyke is talking about. That was all I had to say. I mean, I'm giving him a second answer, ask questions, Overdyke, but I did want to show the grading process is why it's important for them to submit it correctly.
Sorry about that. Mr. Ortiz, any feedback from you, senor? He says no. Okay. So now what I want to go into, all right, we got another entry. All right, so now what I want to go into is some of the math tools that you're going to be using in my class. You might even use these in Mr. Tyler's class. I want to start with Symbol Lab, actually. Oh my, Symbol Lab is so great. I mean, Mr. Tyler has recommended this website to me, and I absolutely love it.
Ain't that cheating?
No, it's not cheating.
It's not cheating. It's not cheating. It's just another way for you to do your math work. So like I said, right?
Tell me the answer.
Exactly. So
it tells you the answer, yes, but I would say if you are doing the work, like I've told most students, it's basically called an engineering tool. So engineers, scientists, they use tools like these because you'll be doing the work and then you don't know if you did it right. And you're not going to have that tool if you do a demonstration. So the tool helps you always check your work. If you do a lot of substitution method with me, and it doesn't show you all steps, but it shows you some of it, it takes you through it so you can practice it. So if you ever get stuck, you said what?
I said that's why I go on math waves.
That's why you go on math. What? I can barely. He got an echo. I didn't hear what he said.
Okay. Well, anyway, I'm going to do a demonstration of this.
That's why you go on math waves.
A math waves. Okay, that's another tool. Well, yeah, but
Well,
just do a demonstration over Dyke, and this is just another tool for your back pocket, Angel.
Absolutely. So, yeah, I mean, you can use whatever floats your boat. However, let's say I want to do an equation. I've got 4x plus 34, which is, is equal to, let's say 86, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply hit go. And it not only gives me my solution, but it also shows me the steps on how the problem is solved. So basically, you can type your problem into Symbolab, and instead you can either one, copy the steps down on, pen and paper, or two, you can use the DocHub PDF editor that I showed you earlier, and you can copy the steps down from here. Symbolab is just great. It's another great math tool to use. It even can calculate fractions. So let's say I have 2/5 minus 1/3. Now, real quick, see this fraction? See this button right here? That is the fraction tool. So you want to click fraction first before you put in a fraction. And then you're going to hit 1, then you're going to hit your right arrow key, and then the 3, okay? Same thing with the 2/5. Fraction tool, 2, and then right key, and then 5. And now my problem is set up. All I have to do is hit go. And it gives me the answer in decimal form, but it also gives the answer to me in fraction form right here.
But it also shows you steps if you scroll down too.
Yes. So here, I'm going to...
That's what I was about to say.
If you're rusty, you should check that out.
So... basically, the first step is to find the least common multiplier or common denominator or greatest common factor between these two. And the common denominator here was 15. And it shows you prime factorization, basically. 5 is a prime number, therefore no factorization is possible. And then 3 is a prime number. So you multiply 5 and 3, which will give you 15. And then these are the adjustments based on the least common multiple or common denominator. So obviously when you're solving fractions, what you do to the denominator, you got to do the numerator. So if you multiply the denominator by 3, you got to multiply the numerator by 3. Same thing with the other fraction. Then when you solve your problem, you just basically ignore your denominator and subtract your numerators, and voila, you got your answer right there. Real easy. Now, another tool you can use, Math Papa. You can even use Math Papa to do fractions, equations. So let's say you have an equation with a fraction in it. So in order to do fractions on this, what you want to do is you want to put 3, and then you want to hit your slash key, which will automatically put a fraction underneath there, 3/7, and let's say I use the variable y. And then maybe I want to do a minus 6.
Overnight.
Yes?
Where do you get these websites from?
Where do I get these websites from? Well, Mr. Tyler has actually suggested Symbolab to me, and a student actually recommended
Papa.
Yeah, a student recommended me Math Papa, so I gave that a try. And I just say use whatever floats your boat. Either way, these websites are just here to help you. So now moving on, let's see. 3y minus 6 is equal to 7 and a half. Whoop, I fault there. So in order to do a mixed number, you want to hit your 7 space key, then you're going to hit 1 slash, and then your 2. And now you've got your equation. So now you hit calculate it. And the answer is right here. Y is equal to 31.5. So Math Papa, like Symbol Lab, can also show you how to solve this equation step by step. So step 1 is to simplify both sides of the equation. So basically they converted the mixed number to an improper fraction. They added 6 to both sides, which gave you 27/2 here. And then they basically divided by 3/7, and you have to take the reciprocal. So instead of dividing by 3/7, you're going to multiply by 7/3. So 27/2 times 7/3 will give you the answer of y is equal to 63/2. And then converted to a mixed number, your final answer is 31.5. So either website works for you, whichever one you want to work with Symbol Lab or Math Papa. Now Desmos is a graphing calculator. This is good for when you're doing linear equations, because when you're asked to graph linear equations, finding slope and y-intercept, that can be tricky to calculate on your own. So basically, if you put a linear equation into Desmos, so y is equal to 3x plus 5. Okay, and it's going to calculate your graph for you right here. So when you think about doing slope and the y-intercept, basically the slope is rise over run. So you're going up 3 points, 1, 2, 3, and I'm sorry, let's take a look. So from here, 1, 2, 3, and then over 1, and the same thing here. 1, 2. No, it should be up. It basically, guys, is 1, 2, 3, and up and over 1.
This is 3/1, right?
Yes. Yes. And obviously 5 is the y-intercept. So, and then these are where the points cross. This is where the line crosses the y-axis, or the y-axis, and then this is the point where it's crossing the x-axis.
Yeah. So this equation of the line is what you're referring to. A lot of students have an issue with this. They be like, I know the equation of the line, and I'd be like, I'm talking about slope though. And that's important, Mr. Overdyke is talking about, because this graphing tool I've used in engineering school before as well. And it allows you to figure out what the slope is if you don't understand how to calculate it. So it's very important. I'm going to take note of it.
Absolutely. So maybe even you can go up here. 1, 2, 3, and over 1. 1, 2, 3, and over 1. 1, 2, 3. Ah, there we go. That's where.
Yeah.
Yeah. There it is.
If you put it in parentheses, it's 3/1x. That's the slope. And that's what I'm saying. Students be getting that confused sometimes.
Yes. So now what about this one? So you can even do it like this. You can even do 2 slash. You hit the slash key. You can even do this. 2/3x. So in this case, the rise is 2 and the run is 3. So inputting fractions on Desmos works the same way as it does Math Papa. You basically hit 2, your slash key, then you put your 3, and then there's your fraction.
I think the only change in all the engineering tools, to let you all know, is that some of them, like you can use Wolfram Alpha, which is another one, but a lot of them have licensing issues. The more high you're going mathematics. So if you're doing basic mathematics, you could do Math Papa. You could do, like I say, Desmos. Do use what you think is best. But these are just other tools you could use, because sometimes the server might be down, or you got to pay for a certain feature. So just giving you more tools.
Absolutely. So now that's all I had for right now. Is there anybody else that would like to share information? So Mr. Tyler.
Oh yeah, that's right. I wanted to discuss, unless Ortiz had something, or he's doing paperwork. No? Okay. You got some, Ortiz, or no? I think he's on the phone. All right. So the only thing I want to discuss and share my screen was the grading. And you guys got to pay attention to this, because a lot of students are doing it incorrectly. Entire screen and share this. Okay, so in a lot of cases, I have students messaging me, did you see my what I sent you, or whatever the case may be. I just want to real briefly go over this. Say for instance, I'm in physics, right? And go to my grade book, and you see these little green markers, that means the assignment was on time. If it's yellow, that means you turned it in late, and that's based upon what the instructor has told you. Another key thing is in here, I can give you a grade, and and all the instructors can do this, and I can also give you feedback on what happened and why the score was either not as high as you wanted or not a score at all. So be mindful of checking those messages. All right, but this is not how you submit work. When you want to submit something, I'm just gonna go on this assignment real quick. You want to make sure you use this icon. Let me just blow this up. You want to use this icon here, which is browse for computer. Now you browse your computer for the file you're sending. I have students who are sending me messages in the classroom view, and we can't do that because I can't give you credit for it, and it won't adjust to your score. So if you put a message in here in the classroom view, it won't be graded. And if you send me a message, it won't be graded as well. Please go to each assignment like we had to and put in the assignment where you did it. Please don't, put multiple assignments in one assignment. That's the equivalent of not following directions. That's the only thing I had.
Mr. Tyler,
Yes, sir.
why your screen was just doing that?
Right. I explained that earlier. So basically, that's what I'm showing you. Let me go back to that. It's a great question because some students, when they try to present, they have an issue. So you know how to present, right, Angel?
I don't know.
Okay, so let me share my screen again. So I click on the first selection if you're ever doing your presentation, which is share. And I want you to see what happens. Okay, do you see my screen?
Yes.
Is it doing what you was talking about?
Yes.
Now, do you know why that is?
No.
Well, take a look. We have a recording on my screen of a recording. So in physics, that's the laws of light. The optics is going to make it mirror all the way in as if it's a labyrinth of mirrors. Does that help you understand?
Okay.
So basically this screen here, if you can see my mouse, is Google Meet. And I have a camera of myself, but it's also a camera shot of my desktop. That's the entire screen. Now let me show you the difference between that and, so can you see me doing this at the bottom where it says present?
Yep.
That's how you present. And then if I click on stop presenting, you won't see the options because I'm presenting. But one option is Windows, and you just choose which window you want the teacher to see or whomever's watching. And then there's entire screen. Now you can't see it because I'm presenting, but I suggest you try it out when you get a chance and you see the differences in the options you choose. Because when I go to window, just to show you real quick, I'll have multiple things I can choose. And now you won't even see my entire screen. In fact, when I'm sharing it now, you'll notice I'll be resizing it and it'll only stay with that screen. So that's if you're doing work and you're somewhere else and you don't really want them to see what else you're doing, you will use Windows. But if you want them to see everything you're doing from installing to downloading and you need help, you're going to have to go entire screen mode. So I hope, did that answer your question or no?
Yeah.
All right.
Guys, I think Xavier is trying to, oh no, that's Angel, dang it. Xavier, I just spoke to him.
Brown?
Pinky's giving him a chance to catch up. He was apparently misinformed about some things. So I gave him the link to this meeting so he could join us. So he's gonna try and log on because you two are two of his teachers.
Yes, I am. I had him, and I've been reaching out, but I guess you got to share that contact. I don't know how you got in touch with him.
I agree.
He has a new phone. So
he has a new phone.
I think because I told him I was trying to contact him with his old phone number. So
all right. Well, I appreciate that feedback, Ortiz. Also, do you have anything to add to the meeting as far as technology goes? Because you're also an expert on EDSB as well. Just to be on point here.
We just have to be consistent. I mean, and students have to find different ways to connect when they need to, via phone, hopefully via laptop. They'll have, I know unfortunately, that a lot of these houses have a lot of traffic going on. I know, especially in Angel's house, he's got like 1 million people. It's always loud in there. David,
What?
like at David's house, it's got a lot of people there.
Not no more.
Not no more. What happened with them?
Moved.
Oh yeah, so it's quieter now.
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, good for you.
But again, like make sure that you can find a space, even if it's in the bathtub. Like find somewhere safe. And no, I'm
You
serious.
being serious though, Angel.
Good, Angel. That's like an awesome place to be. Like in the bathtub with a pillow, just chilling in the back, and no one's messing around. Like But I congratulate all of you so far, especially Xavier. I heard you were having issues on Thursday. That's why you didn't come to class. But just keep moving forward. Let me see if this guy. I'll text him. Let me see if he has any luck. But no, just again, we have two awesome resources here, Mr. Oberdijk and Mr. Tyler. We are always available for you guys. We're just a text message away or an SB message. Like even on the weekends, we check our emails because we have nothing else better to do. But we're here.
School on the weekends.
Even say again?
We have school on the weekends or no?
No, but I'm saying like if something pops up and you have an issue, you could always text us or email us, and
All right.
we live and breathe text messages and emails. So
We do.
we have like a
The
direct
way
line
of the
to our
educator.
name. That's just what it is. When you love what you do, you take it with you every day.
Yeah. So this video will be posted on Edsby for all the students to see. Hopefully they will benefit from this tutorial. I'm glad we did this. If we need to do something like this again, please let us know.
All right.
All right, y'all try to stay focused and finish strong. Ortiz, I've been hearing mixed dates, just so we get that in the notes. What is the final day of summer school? Do you know?
I think it might be the 30th.
30th of this month?
Or is it August 6th?
So
I thought it was the 30th.
30th.
Okay,
I thought it was 20 days.
Okay, we gotta get a lid on that. Okay, I was just throwing it out there to see what people
All right,
thought.
I'll ask Banky. I'm gonna meet with him in about an hour, so I'll ask him directly.
Okay, because people are asking.
I'll text you guys and let you guys know.
Awesome sauce.
Okay. All right.
Oh, wait a minute, somebody just came in.
That's I believe Xavier. Yep, Xavier. How you doing?
It is. Wow. Oh my goodness.
Your mic is on, Xavier.
Yeah, you got to turn your microphone on, Doc. You're still talking without a mic. We're just watching your mouth move, man. Same Xavier. I look happy as heck. Yeah, turn your mic on, though, bro. You got to turn the mic on, little bro. You still didn't do it. Dang.
He said he don't know how.
Oh. Wow. We're going to help you out.
Look for the microphone button at the bottom of your screen or on your phone.
Right.
Oh my God.
Wait a minute. Who's Oberdijk? You should be able to unmute him, I think. You're the facilitator, right? You just got your. There you go. Now Oberdijk muted himself. Okay. All right.
Yeah. I muted myself. There we go.
So what's going on?
Okay, so Xavier, what we did is we had a technology aid and tutorial session to basically help students like you better understand the technology and how to turn in assignments and complete schoolwork.
Okay.
So this meeting is recorded, so we will post this on Edsby.
Okay, that's fine with me. I mean, y'all my school.
Congratulations, dude. Well, you got to get this work done, but congratulations.
Yeah,
Hey, I think Zay wants to ask you guys what he needs to do to catch up.
yeah, man.
He's gonna start on
You want to go
Monday.
first, Oberdijk, or?
Yeah. So basically, I have at least 5 assignments posted on Edsby. They're going to be assignments on adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing fractions and mixed numbers. And
okay, I seen that, but I didn't want to start it until I talked to you. Actually.
Okay, yeah. And then we have you have an integers review and a adding and subtracting, multiplying, and dividing decimals review. So all those math operations just to start with. And then you're in both algebra and advanced algebra, correct, Xavier?
Dang, I'm in both classes. I don't know. Wait.
I think. I mean, you might have been switched. But in algebra, we're going to be starting equations next week. If you're in advanced
He's in algebra 2.
He's in algebra 2? Yeah, so you'll be starting equations next week, Xavier.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
And that goes for all the math students, too. In algebra, we're going to be doing equations next week. If you're in geometry, we're going to be starting area and perimeter.
Okay.
Okay.
Xavier, in my class, you it's not hard for you to pass because you've had the class already. It's just a review of the physics material we've already done. So you can, I mean, I'm going to see if it's not a problem. Go back and just finish what's there, and that should get your grade up. But it's the same procedure. You click on each assignment. I've even got to the point, Xavier, there are videos in there. So you can go through the videos and knock stuff out. So just log in and then come to class. Every teacher has a block of class, hour. So it's like from 9 a.m. to 1, I want to say. And it's in hour blocks. Come to class. This is the best time to figure out what you need help with. Okay? That's it.
Okay. All right, because I need I don't think I have a schedule though. Or is it the hours is
That's in Eds Begin.
Okay, hang on. That presents another tutorial. Let me go into that real quick.
I forgot all about that, yeah.
So here, let me go into one of my classes here. All right. Let me go to the home screen.
Great point, yeah.
Okay, so I got a message from a student. I will get back to that student later. All right. So here. I'm going to go present.
And I also put it in the chat so if you can see it, Brown. But he's going to explain it.
Okay. So now, when you log into Eds Begin, and this is my view, basically what you're looking at here is this is just my classroom. But if I go to the student view, and I'm going to click you, Xavier. So this is Friday, July 10th. Now, normally your schedule would pop up right here. So let me see if that's right. Ah, here it is. So I put Thursday, July 9th. So this right here is your schedule, but it has been altered due to maybe your schedule being changes. And of course, you were misinformed. But this is where you're going to find your schedule right here. And that's not just for Xavier. This is for all students. So make sure you click on the correct day that you have your classes. Now, obviously, if I go to Friday, we don't have school on Friday, so nothing's going to pop up. But if I go to next Monday, I'm just going to click the arrow 3 times. Ah, there you are, right here. So Monday, this is your new schedule, Xavier, right here. So you're going to have Algebra 2 with me at 10. And then you've got Mr. Tyler at 11. And then you've got Mr. Rawlings, our history teacher, at noon.
So the easiest way to do that, I put it in the chat already for some students to see, is that you got to look at the designation by the class number. So if you see, for instance, my class probably has, I was at 11, it says physics 3, which means it's third period. And if you see in the chat, I put periods 1 are from 9 a.m. to 10, and then hour blocks 10 to 11, 11 to 12. 12 to 1. The teachers in their classrooms have Xavier on the Google link that you click on to get in the room. So right before class is ending, you got to hurry up and click on the next class and get in that Google link because we all have it structured so you guys can have your amount of time from 9 to 1.
Okay, now just to let you know how I'm doing it. Now, I've heard of this, Mr. Tyler and Mr. Ortiz. Some of the teachers are posting multiple links to get into their classrooms, and that's not how I operate, and that's not how Mr. Tyler operates. Once we create the one link for each class, you're just clicking on that link and that link only. That's the only thing.
I turned in my do nows.
Appreciate that. We'll get to that. We'll talk about that later. But right now we're just talking about technology aid. Okay. But like I said, your classes should only be. Hold on, Angel. Your classes should only have one link to get to your destination, and that's it. So you may have 4 separate links, but one could be for English, one for physics, one for Spanish, and one for math. Just to make it simple, instead of having 16 links, you're just having 4 links. That's it.
Got a question? Go ahead.
How much absence that you need to fail?
4.
Four.
4 days. Just 4. That's all you get. And it's not one student said to me yesterday, so if I come to class, I got another 4 days. That's not how that works. It's 4 total. So if you miss 4 days, you came to school, you missed like 3 days of class, you came on 1 day, and then you missed another day, you automatically gone.
Hold on, I thought they said we got 5 days.
No,
it's
4 days.
Okay. Is it each class or just
It's any class, I think.
Any class.
So if I get 4 absences in Miss Frank's class, then I fill her class.
Yep.
You're done from the program though.
Oh.
So you got to stay in all the classes because one class adds to that 4-day count. And if you're just already absent in one class, I can't imagine what's going to happen in others. So basically, we just got to finish strong, guys. That's all we're trying to tell you. You got to come to the classes. The program is almost like what he said, the 30th or something. You don't have much time, but this is an opportunity to get credit that you pretty much will have to make up in fall. And this will help you get out of school faster too, by the way. So we got to get in here. We got to do work. And this session that Overdeck is doing is really helping you understand how to navigate the technology.
And that's the reason I created this, is because, you know, some of you are confused on how to use the technology and what to do and how to submit assignments. So, but I'm hoping this helps. And if we don't have anything else, everybody is free to go. So, Mr. Tyler, you want to add anything?
No, I was just going to tell you, make sure you stop the recording, because if you leave the room, it won't. And then send me the file so I can convert it to YouTube for student share later.
Not a problem. But before we leave, Mr. Ortiz, you have anything? All right, no. So hold on before everybody logs out.